Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to make delicious and super duper easy to make almond tart shells. This recipe can be used to make one large 9 to 12 inch tart shell, or you can also make these adorable mini tart shells. Full recipe with a printable version can be found also on my blog hanialas.com. Link is in the description box under the video. And now let's get started with today's tutorial. I'm going to start by toasting sliced almonds. This is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm toasting these on medium-high heat, and I'm just going to toast these until they are fragrant and lightly golden brown. Let these cool completely, and then we can process these either in a food chopper or a small food processor until they are finely ground. And if you're not a fan of almonds, you can also use walnuts, pecans, hazelnuts, and if you are looking for a nut-free version, I already posted this recipe on my blog and also on my YouTube channel, and link is going to be also in the description box under the video. I'm going to add some powdered sugar and process it with powdered sugar, and then we can set the almonds aside. Now we're going to cream the butter. I'm using unsalted room temperature butter, and I'm just going to cream it for about 30 seconds or so, and then we can add powdered sugar. Once you add powdered sugar, beat this on medium-high speed until well combined for about a minute or two, and then we can add egg yolks. In this recipe I use 3 egg yolks. However, if you don't have 3 egg yolks on hand, you can get away with using 1 whole egg. I prefer using 3 egg yolks because it makes for a really rich and tender cookie dough. Really yummy. Scrape the bowl, get all the way to the bottom just to make sure that everything is combined. Now I'm going to add extract. I'm using vanilla extract and almond extract. You can use both water-based or alcohol-based or even oil-based flavorings. When using oil-based flavorings, be sure to read the description, because oil-based flavorings are usually very concentrated and you don't need to use a whole teaspoon. You usually just need several drops. Now I'm going to add salt to the flour and whisk it together, and we're going to add all of the almonds into the butter mixture and about half of the flour, and turn the mixer on low and beat the dry ingredients into the butter. Now it looks like we're almost there. Now I'm going to gather the cookie dough into a bowl, and you can also knead it for about 20 seconds or so until it comes together, and you can either wrap it in a food wrap and store it in the fridge for about 3-4 days until you use it. You can also freeze it for 3 to 4 months, or you can roll it out right away, chill it, and then cut out or make your tart or cut out cookies if you are making cookies. And I'm going to roll it out between two pieces of parchment to about 1/8 of an inch, which is about 3 millimeters. Dust your work surface with a little bit of flour. And for all the tools that I'm using in today's video, be sure to visit my blog. Everything is posted there. You can also visit my Amazon shop, where I have listed a lot of baking tools that I love and use in my kitchen every day. Today I'm using 9-inch tart pan with a removable bottom, so you want to make sure that it fits nicely on your rolled out dough. And I'm going to chill the dough for 30 to 60 minutes. You don't want it to be too soft, nor you want it to be too firm. Spray your pan with a nonstick spray, or use a butter wrapper and butter the pan instead if you don't have a nonstick spray. Now my dough is ready, and I'm going to trim this end because I'm not gonna need that for the bottom of my tart shell, and I'm going to reserve it for later. I'm going to put my pan upside down like this, and then put another cutting board on the top, and then we're gonna flip it. To line the sides, I'm going to trim that one piece we reserved from before into these long strips of dough, and we're going to press them onto the sides, making sure that the strip is overlapping the bottom layer. You can use back of a measuring spoon to smooth the inside of the tart shell. You can see we need to clean up the edges. You can use back of the measuring spoon, or you can also use a rolling pin. And we have two more things we have to do. First thing, I'm going to prick the bottom with a fork. These little holes are going to allow steam to escape, so the bottom of the tart shell is not going to puff up. And the second step is going to be lining the bottom with parchment paper, and then filling the inside with dry beans. Also, I like to use dry rice, or you can also just get pie weights. I prefer using beans or rice instead of pie weights. I've been using these for years, and I'm gonna bake these for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, remove the tart from the oven, and then pour hot beans into a bowl and return the tart into the oven and bake for additional 12 to 15 minutes until golden brown. If during the baking you notice that the center is puffing up, make sure that you prick the center with a fork to deflate it. Let the pan cool completely before you remove it from the pan. However, I like to store, especially if it's a large tart shell like this, I like to store it in a pan to avoid breakage. And with all the scraps, you can make those adorable mini tart shells. Spray your tin pans with a non-stick spray, and these are 3 inches across, so I'm gonna be using 3.5-inch cookie cutter to cut out rounds. And we're going to line the tart shell pans with 3.5-inch rounds, and then if there is any excess, we're gonna trim that with a small rolling pin. It's super easy to shape these. I'm going to use another tin pan and a piece of food wrap, like so, and then very gently press the top tin, and you can see how beautifully shaped it is. And then you just have to trim the top, clean up the edges. Before we bake these, I also like to prick the holes with a fork on the bottom. You can make these ahead of time. They do really well in a fridge when stored in an airtight container. 3-4 weeks I've been really successful. You can also freeze these for about 3 to 4 months. When freezing in vacuum sealed bags or containers, these freeze well for up to a year. And we're gonna bake these at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. Then let them cool for about 10 minutes and you can remove them from the pan. And here they are, beautiful, delicious almond tart shells. You can find a full recipe on my blog, haniyolks.com, and you can fill these with a variety of fillings from lemon curd, raspberry curd, chocolate mousse, ganache, cream cheese, and so much more. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe tutorial. Be sure to let me know if you tried this recipe. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.